Oscar Wilde was born on October 16, 1854. He was an Irish author, poet, and playwright. He experimented with different literary styles. He wrote poems, epigrams, fairy tales for children, and then he became one of the most popular dramatists in London in the early 1890s. This period is called the Victorian era, the period of Queen Victoria's reign, which was known for strict moral rules and a strong obsession with respectability. Wilde instead had a personality and ideas that made him a dandy and an aesthete. Someone who believed that life doesn't have to be so serious, but more about freedom, beauty, and art. Wilde's parents were Anglo-Irish intellectuals in Dublin, so he learned French and German as a child. He studied classics at Trinity College in Dublin and later at Oxford. After university, Wilde moved to London and entered fashionable cultural and social circles. He was known for being witty and charming. Wilde's most read work is his Gothic novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, published in 1890. It tells the story of a young man, Dorian, who wishes to stay forever beautiful. His wish comes true because a portrait of him begins to age in his place. Every time Dorian makes a selfish or cruel choice, the portrait becomes uglier, showing who he truly is and the consequences of his actions. The painting becomes a symbol of the hidden self, of hypocrisy and fear of judgment, so the Victorians considered the novel's plot immoral. These themes would later become relevant in Wilde's personal life. Around this time, indeed, despite being married, he secretly started a relationship with Lord Alfred Douglas, another poet. After The Picture of Dorian Gray's poor reception, Wilde returned to drama. He wrote the tragedy Salome in French, for comedies, and then his most successful society plays in 1895, An Ideal Husband and the Importance of Being Earnest. However, rumours of his affair with Douglas spread, and he became the centre of a public scandal. After a dramatic trial, Wilde was convicted of gross indecency and sentenced to 2 years of hard labour in Reading Jail. During his last year in prison, he wrote De Profundis, a long letter reflecting on suffering, forgiveness, and spiritual growth. After his release, he lived in France and Italy, where he wrote his final work, The Ballad of Reading Jail in 1898, a long poem that denounces the brutality he saw in prison. Wilde spent his last years impoverished and in exile. By November 1900, he had developed meningitis and was conditionally baptized into the Catholic Church. He died on November 30th, 1900. He is buried in the Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris. Today, Wilde's story raises important questions about society's evolution, prejudices, and individual rights. He is also universally considered one of the greatest writers of all time, one who was ahead of his time. As Wilde himself wrote, "I am a dreamer. For a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world."